think we've seen each other before, haven't we? Yeah, I think we have. Hello guys, welcome, or if you've already been to my channel before, welcome back. I'm the Philadelphia Whovian, and for this video, it's just informing you guys that I have now published another set of my Doctor Who novels. If you've never seen my channel before, now you all know I am a Doctor Who fan fiction writer, guilty as charged. And I have no problem with being guilty about these sort of things. So, when it comes to my history as a Doctor Who fanfiction writer, the first thing I wrote was a trilogy called The Time of the Companions, featuring the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th Doctors as the main set of Doctors. And they were paired off with different companions, and eventually the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th Doctor also joined the story as well at the very end. So you had that. But all the companions from Modern Who and one companion from Classic Who, they all are paired off with different Doctors than they usually do have. That was the first trilogy that I wrote. Now came the second series I wrote, was a 12-book series called The Time Splicer, featured around the 10th Doctor with Martha Jones, and took place at the end of Series 3, where there was a character called the Time Splicer who went back and changed Martha's mind, and she went off to travel with the Doctor again, rather than just leaving. And that became a 12-book series that featured all 13 Doctors. It was built to be a multi-Doctor story. I'm sorry, I should correct that. A multi-Doctor series with 10 and Martha at the center of it. But every book, there's another Doctor from Classic or Modern Who that joins the series, ending with ultimately all 13 Doctors, with the exception of John Hurt's Doctor, being in an adventure together. That was the Time Splicer series. This one we're going to talk about is 11's Continued Adventures. A series that, by the looks of it, is also might be end up being 12 books. It shows how long-winded I am, because a lot of these series I wrote were meant to be like 4 or 5 books, but I'm long-winded. You know what? I'm a woman, not a saint. No, I'm not. So, when it comes to this series, 11's Continued Adventures, I showed you, I believe, the first 5 of the series. We have The Architect. There's that one. Then we have The Battle of the Five Forces. Then we have The Underwater, sorry, I know it's a little light there, The Underwater Graveyard. Then we have The Impossible Girl. Then next I showed you The Great Fire of London, which again I want to remind you guys, it in no way, shape, or form contradicts the 5th Doctor's story, The Visitation. This story works around that. Now I'm telling you the next 2 installments of the series, which I have completed as well. And that is Life is a Highway. There we go. Listen. Can you see? Can you see? Life is a Highway and Death's Door. Can you see that? Look at it. Look at its power. Sorry. Death's Door. Life is a Highway and Death's Door. The reason why I'm giving them both to you at one time, I'm telling you both at one time, is because these are stories that literally when one ends, it ends with a cliffhanger, which I do a lot, by the way. Then the next one continues with Death's Door. Life is a Highway. Here is the premise with Life is a Highway and Death's Door. Okay, the Doctor, Clara, the 11th Doctor, Clara, and Hilla Tokorian. Hilla Tokorian, you might know her from the episode of Hyde from Series 7, written by Neil Cross. Now she is a companion with the 11th Doctor, and this entire series of 11's Continued Adventures takes place after the time of the Doctor. The 12th Doctor went back in time and delayed the 11th Doctor's regeneration because he had to save Donna Noble. That happened in my previous series, The Time of the Companions. So the entire series I've written of 11's Continued Adventures takes place after the time of the Doctor. And the 11th Doctor knows that his time is coming where it's winding down. He will have to return to Trenzalore and regenerate into the 12th Doctor. This is the series that happens along the way to that. So that's why this is happening with Hilla Tokorian. So we have 11th Doctor with Clara and Hilla Tokorian. They get a phone call, and the phone is from Martha Jones. But that's not who called them. It's Nyssa from Classic Who, and she's calling the Doctor because she's on a planet Quenius, that where everyone, the entire planet, lives in cars. And when I say lives in cars, they're living in cars that are bigger on the inside. Just like the TARDIS is almost infinite practically, so are these cars. You open the car door, you go into it, and it's a whole city is inside of this car. That's how this planet is set up. The reason why they're doing this is because their planet was taken over by a creature, by a large set of creatures, and thus the planet became too dangerous to live on, but they couldn't move away, so guess what happened now? They're living in cars that are bigger on the inside. But how did that happen? How did they gain the technology to be living in cars and make those cars bigger on the inside to the point where they can fit a whole city in a car, that they can fit another dimension into a car the way another dimension is inside of the outside of the TARDIS? The Doctor, immediately when he gets there, he assumes it's Time Lord technology, and he is correct. But who is the Time Lord who gave this planet the technology to do this? And are they a benign force or are they a belligerent force? Who knit secrets from Gallifrey? And the reason why Nyssa has Martha Jones's phone is because Martha and Mickey and their daughter Susan have gone to vacation on this planet, and Nyssa was already there. And Martha and Mickey, and by the way, Nyssa knows Martha. In my previous series, they met each other, they had an adventure together with the 10th Doctor and the 5th Doctor. There we go. So, now you know, caught up there. We had Martha, Mickey, and their daughter Susan came to this planet on holiday, and Nyssa was there, and Martha and Mickey are beginning to help the investigation. And Martha finds out a lot of things about what's really going on throughout this. This was really fun for me, because I got not only the 11th Doctor with all these companions. I know that a lot of people, they can't stand a story that has too many companions in it. I'm on the reverse. I can enjoy a story with lots of companions as long as the story is large enough for all the companions to be given a moment to shine. And that's the thing here. The companions are all given moments, as long as the story is large enough. Again, it can include all the characters. And also, these are characters that all have a backstory to them. So, you don't have to worry about developing companions that have already been developed to begin with. That's why I like bringing back companions that have existed before, rather than just creating a whole lot of new companions. Because their backstory's already there. It's already there. I don't have to do much with it. So here's the fun thing about this story for me. I have the 11th Doctor with Nyssa from Classic Who, then Martha and Mickey from the Russell T Davies era, then Clara, who is a companion from the Moffat era, and Hilla, a one-off character you met in one episode of the Moffat era. All are companions now to this one Doctor, and I liked having companions from each era of Doctor Who to be the Doctor's companion in this one story, and I really had fun with them. I really did. And this story of Life is a Highway and Death's Door, oof. Now, this one was luckily easy to write because I had my story down, but this one, that was a kicker. But when I was finally done it, it was still a very fun experience for me. And I just want to let you know, guys, these books of mine are available for free on my website, which I'm going to provide down below. And again, these are all just full files you can download of Microsoft or PDF. You can read on your phone or on your computer, on your tablet, iPad, etc. and so forth. You can read it very easily. And if you need a hard copy, just let me know and I'll see if I can get you a hard copy. I highly doubt it, but still, I'll give it a go. But thank you guys so much for watching. I just want to let you guys know my fan girlness is still flying really hardcore. And if you want to read another Doctor Who story, I'm just letting you know, I've got another one. And thank you guys so very much for watching. And once again, I am the Philadelphia Whovian, and you guys are just so awesome just for clicking on this video and supporting an author. Thanks guys so much. Hope to see you again very soon. See ya.